What's up, Shady Sports Network? I'm back here with a very, very special guest, AAL 2023 MVP, Steffen Colon. Steffen, how you doing today, man?
I'm doing fine, man. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Excited to have you on. So, getting right into it, man. Jersey Bearcats just won the championship.
Yeah.
You guys dominated on your
Yeah.
competition, man. Like you look like legit, IFL team out there. How did it feel?
Oh man, it was an awesome ride from beginning to end. The beginning was I guess a roller coaster when it gets to the top and drops. We took an L our first game of the season this year with 0.4 seconds left on the clock. So it was like a walk off in baseball. You just stand there, you can't do nothing about it but just watch it happen, watch them storm your field, and from then on we just played with a purpose. And it was a great season. From then on, we went on a 9-game winning streak and won a championship and wrapped up most of the awards as teams and as individuals. So it was a great season, man. Great brotherhood build, just great guys, great coaches, great organization. It's tough to find that up here in the northern area. So, AJ's running a good tight ship, and that's just awesome to be a part of.
So one thing I find really, really interesting is the arena or the place that you play at. I like to say it's a very family-friendly environment. It's nice and close. I would love to, go to a game and see it up close. What is that like for the fans?
Oh, I think for the fans, it's very exciting. For example, I have a travel football team, Fast Break, and I invited my travel team to come up and play at halftime of our game, and just the experience that they still hold on to and what they talk about now is just it's just awesome. So, for the fans, it's very family oriented. The kids get to chill with you on the field after the game and stuff like that. So I just think it's an awesome environment. That's why I love it so much, because you get to keep your family and everybody that you love involved with you.
For sure. So the AAL has a very unique past. Different ownership groups have come, different commissioners. At one point, the league was run by Antonio Brown's baby mama.
Yeah, right.
It's been crazy. So how would you assess the current leadership of the AAL?
Being non-biased, because my head coach, he has parts of running the league, but just to see the work that he puts in to make sure the league is ran right, to make sure the guys are getting exposure, to making sure we're putting out a great product. I think the hands that it's in right now is in a good hands. In the NBA when the greats are about to retire, this is who the game is left to. I think when they handed it over to AJ, he definitely did. You gotta understand, last year he didn't even put out a product because he didn't want it not to be a good product. And then this year, for the most part, 97% of the games were played. They only had 1 or 2 forfeits. That happens in a game sometimes. We had some malfunction. It was only 1 or 2 games. Played all the games. Playoffs was great. Championship was great. So moving forward, he has new teams wanting to be in the league as well. So it's when teams reach out to you to want to be in the league, I just let you know you're doing it the right way.
Definitely. So you won MVP, obviously. What were your season stats looking like?
I want MVP. I want MVP because they had to give it to somebody. They had to give it to one person. But I feel like not only my offensive line, just our whole team won MVP. But I had 30 touchdowns, 1,181 yards, and I only turned the ball over 3 times. So I think that was my favorite part of the whole thing. The touchdown to interception ratio would have been 1 to 10. Every 10 touchdowns is 1 interception. So, and during the season, I threw 1 interception, but in the championship I threw 2 interceptions. So throughout the season, I was an awesome ride to be on, not turning the ball over. And that's all predicated to the offensive line blocking and the receivers getting open. The receivers I had was awesome. So they got open. My running back made you have to think about the running arena game, defense getting you the ball back. In the beginning, they weren't scoring on their interceptions. They were just getting us the ball back. So we were able to put up some quick numbers. But then at the end of the year, they started running it back. They started being a little bit selfish. But that was okay.
Man, the team is crazy.
Yeah, that was something special to be a part of this year. I've been on some good teams. I've been on some teams that had some good runs, won championships, lost to some championships, and to put together a team like that to stick together. And we had 2 tough road trips. I wouldn't say road games, but road trips, and we fought through them as a team and came back stronger, build our bond. That team is an awesome team. Nobody's ever gonna forget that team and what we did for the Bearcats.
For sure. So I find that really interesting. You personally, I look at you and I look at your sides, and I think, man, like we need to get you outdoors somewhere. So for you, what's your next opportunity looking like? Where are you trying to play at?
I mean, for Steph, I mean, I just leave that up to God for real. I just let God just bring me opportunities, and then I just always wait them out, talk to my family, talk to my loved ones, and then we'll make that decision together and I move on. But always looking for big opportunities and better opportunities. So doors always open for that, and doors always accepting stuff. But just always got to just pray and let God just take you where He wants to take you. So
Would you consider playing overseas in Mexico or Germany?
I mean, I consider anything for real.
For sure. That's
Yeah, I'm
good.
not really closed mind to anything, to be honest.
That's awesome. So kind of going back to your high school career, talk a little bit about that experience.
I mean, if we going high school career, I was playing basketball. I wasn't playing football. And in Manhattan, we was going through a time where we didn't have any high school football in Manhattan, and you weren't able to transfer to the Bronx school or Brooklyn school. So I had to stick it out and play like Pop Warner football. But I mean, I had an awesome coach. He definitely made sure I was up to par with the high school quarterbacks. Then I had to go the junior college route there, where I went to Lackawanna in Scranton, Pennsylvania. Balled out pretty there. Did pretty good. Got some conference, got some accolades there. Moved on to Glenville State. Got my 4 year there. Balled out there. Spent some time and really learned how to be a quarterback out there in West Virginia. So, make shout out to them. And then just let the arena season take me how it was. I've been playing arena ball for about, I want to say, probably 8 years now. Yeah, it's been a little while now. So, but it's been an awesome ride. Played in some championships, won some of them, lost two of them, one more than I lost now. So, it's just great to be close to home and playing and have that support by the fans and stuff, and able to like share that with your family and friends. So, that's why the ride is fun now.
Lackawanna Community College in Scranton, Pennsylvania. That is a very, very slept on school. It
Whoa.
recently landed the former number one recruit in the class of 2016, Alfonso Antoni.
Yes,
I
let's belay. Let's go.
that I talk about. I can't even imagine going to that school. It must be awesome.
Man, that school is what you came here for. If you came here to get an education and play sports, that's what you're gonna do. And our football dorm, the weight room was in the basement. So whenever you need to get it in outside of when coach told you to get it in, you're gonna put that hard work in. So they definitely taught you like that hard grittiness. It was about 100 of us in camp, about 7 quarterbacks in camp. That was a lot of competition I wasn't used to, but I mean, it just built that fire in me that allowed me to push through, and it has stuck with me ever since. So a big shout out to Coach Duda and his brother. That was an awesome crew up there, man. I appreciate them for the time I spent with them.
Man, don't sleep on JUCO ball, man. There's some don't sleep. But
Yeah, we have some talent there.
don't going into your off season right now. I know it's kind of a quick transition to the off season. What's that looking like in your personal life in terms of work and training?
So right now I'm trying to. I just started coaching my last football season, offensive coordinator and offensive passing game coordinator to be exact, for Poly Prep High School here in Brooklyn, New York. So we won a championship last year. I have a pretty good quarterback, Connor Igo. He'll be rising junior this year. So I mean, just building him up and showing him the game, and just making sure he's ready to take them steps in next level when it's college time for him. So just, I mean, my off season, I'm just giving back to the youth from the ages of about 10 all the way to seniors in high school. And then that allows them to see me still play arena ball and still see, like, all right, coach is doing it for real at a high level still. So, I mean, it's just an awesome little give and take with that. So, yeah, I'll be coaching here at Poly, coaching that fast break, travel football, flag football with the youth, and high school football. Hopefully we win another championship.
And I find it so amazing, in New York, we see so many athletes and especially quarterbacks starting to give back to the communities, being pioneers. You, David Legree, like all these guys. So you're from Harlem, New York. Harlem is known for the music, it's known for the culture, the Harlem Renaissance. Talk
Right.
about the culture of Harlem, New York.
I mean, the culture of Harlem, New York is so rich, man. Like, we probably gonna need about a whole week worth of this interview right here if we're gonna talk about that. But I mean, Harlem is definitely gonna teach you. I mean, New York City is gonna teach you to be gritty and get what you want out of life. But I mean, Harlem is so little and everybody's trying to make it that you really got to stay on your P's and Q's and make sure that you're doing everything you got to do to be successful without being too loud, but without without being too low as well too, because you want to still make sure that you're not being overlooked as well. So I mean, Harlem always told me to keep pushing and to keep striving for my best. So I mean, I'm definitely glad that I'm from Harlem. I mean, New York is a great place, but from inside of New York, I'm definitely grateful for being from Harlem.
For sure. So coming up on my last couple questions here. Personally, where do you see yourself in the next 2 to 3 years?
Next 2 to 3 years, I see myself running my own like big quarterback academy, finishing up my football career here, winning a couple more championships. Still coaching. If not at Poly, moving up. I probably won't leave Poly unless I move up to either like coordinating or running my own organization in high school. So my career plan is almost coming to an end. So I'm just setting myself up for that. So I definitely see myself having like my own quarterback academy, which I'm building now, and continuing to coach and just helping young men just be better than I was growing up.
For sure. So my final question for you is, you're involved with the youth, you're a mentor. What's your biggest piece of advice for younger people?
My biggest piece of advice, I would say, if you put your mind to it, you really could do it. That's whenever stuff get rough, if you just really put your mind to the goal, you can really do it. It may not look the way you want it to look, but you're gonna get to that goal line and you're gonna understand why you had to go through and why the outcome the way it was. Once you take your mind off it, you start fighting yourself, then it becomes tough. So you put your mind to it, you could do it and just have ultimate confidence.
Facts. I have nothing to say to that, man. You just dropped a dime. So, Steffen, really appreciate your time tonight. I cannot wait to see what you got in store. I know you got a lot left in the tank.
Yeah, definitely.
Keep grinding, man. Can't wait to see you.
All right. Stay in touch.
Yes, sir.
I'm a game changer.